I was pregnant with Jacob when I was writing the book, and I had horrible insomnia at
Oh,
night, like
wow.
awful. I would wake up and be awake from like 1 to 4 in the morning, and I just couldn't for the life of me go to sleep. And I would just go and I'd turn a little lamp on, and I would sit at our little kitchen breakfast table, and I would write. But yeah, it was very tedious, but it was a lot of fun to do. And
It was an ordinary Sunday morning at Rolling Hills Community Church in Franklin, Tennessee. Families filled the pews, chatting softly before the service. No one expected what was about to happen. As the congregation settled in, whispers spread through the room. Was it true? Was Carrie Underwood here? Soon, the rumors were confirmed. Carrie Underwood, the country music superstar, stepped onto the stage. The churchgoers were stunned. Carrie Underwood had come to their church for a special reason to share her faith through music. Carrie Underwood, known for her powerful voice and heartfelt performances, has always been open about her Christian faith. This time she chose to perform Goodness of God, a contemporary worship song by Bethel Music. As she began to sing, the atmosphere in the church shifted. The familiar tune echoed through the sanctuary, and people joined in, singing along with Carrie. The song, Goodness of God, is about God's faithfulness and kindness. With simple yet profound lyrics, it has touched many hearts. Carrie Underwood, with her voice full of emotion, led the church in worship. The words seemed to take on new meaning as she sang them. All my life you have been faithful, she sang, her voice clear and strong. All my life you have been so, so good. Behind her, a dozen backing vocalists added rich harmonies. A multi-piece band played softly, supporting Carrie's vocals. The music filled the room, creating an atmosphere of praise and worship. The congregation was moved, many with tears in their eyes. It was a moment of deep connection, not just with the music, but with the message it carried. Carrie Underwood's choice of song was fitting. Although Goodness of God is a modern worship song, Carrie has a long history with gospel music. In 2021, she released an album titled My Savior. This album featured a collection of classic gospel hymns, reimagined with Carrie's unique style. Songs like Great is Thy Faithfulness and Amazing Grace were included in the album. For Carrie, these songs were more than just music. They were reflections of her upbringing. In an interview with Grammy.com in 2021, Carrie Underwood shared her connection to these hymns. She recalled sitting in church as a child, listening to her mother sing harmonies. Those memories, she said, stayed with her. Recording the album My Savior allowed her to relive those moments. She hoped that listeners would feel the same comfort and inspiration when she first heard those hymns. My Savior was a deeply personal project for Carrie Underwood. It showcased her roots in gospel music and her faith. The album was a success, resonating with many who share her beliefs. But Carrie didn't stop there. Her next album, Denim Rhinestones, took a different direction. This time, she blended her country sound with pop influences, showing her versatility as an artist. Carrie Underwood has always been hard to categorize. She's a country singer, but she's also much more than that. In an interview with Rolling Stone in 2022, she talked about how she used to struggle with not fitting into one specific genre. Over time, she realized that this versatility was a strength. Instead of sticking to one lane, she decided to embrace all aspects of her musical identity. "Let's roll with it and use that," she said. Her performance at Rolling Hills Community Church was a perfect example of this. There was a global superstar, standing on a small stage in a church, singing a worship song with as much passion as she would any of her biggest hits. It was a reminder that Carrie Underwood's music comes from a place of sincerity. Whether singing a country anthem or a gospel hymn, she's always true to herself. Carrie Underwood's surprise appearance at the church didn't just leave an impact on those who were there. It also reminded the wider public of her deep connection to her faith. Over the years, she's been vocal about how important her beliefs are to her. Her music often reflects this, with songs that explore themes of faith, hope, and perseverance. After the service, the church's social media pages were flooded with posts from those who had been there. People shared their experiences, describing how moved they were by Carrie's performance. Some said it was the highlight of their year. Others talked about how her rendition of Goodness of God had touched their hearts in a way they hadn't expected. This wasn't the first time Carrie Underwood had surprised an audience with a heartfelt performance. Throughout her career, she's made it a point to connect with her fans. Whether through a concert, a television appearance, or a surprise visit to a small church, Carrie always finds a way to make her music resonate.